It is no secret that metal is extremely strong, but fortunately it also can be destroyed, and we are definitely going to destroy metal today. And with the right tool, it can be effortless. But is it the tool? Is it the more expensive blades? Is there a certain technique? Time will tell. And what if I told you there's secrets to making your backyard demolition projects infinitely easier and faster? Is it the brute force of a sawzall, or is it the precision of a grinder? Join us as we expose these two powerhouses to the test, uncovering their distinct advantages so you can confidently conquer any demo task. And we're even going to borrow a keg from our friend's brewery to see if we could turn this into one giant brew kettle. Stick around to see if we have all of our fingers at the end of this video. And then there's times you need to cut metal, but you don't need to drop $100 on a sawzall or a grinder. I've got a small pipe cutter that works great on the smaller stuff, some home brewing and kegging stuff. I think this thing's like 15 bucks on Amazon, and I'll put links to all the stuff that I vouch for in the description below. Or you can swoop small bolt cutters for fences and smaller jobs like fence removal, or bigger bolt cutters for those bigger jobs. There are definitely a handful of options for us DIYers and people even in the trade. And I always want to stress safety first. If you're not comfortable with it, do not do it. And if you're going to do it, make sure you have safety glasses on, make sure you have gloves on. It's metal, it's sharp. It doesn't take much to put you in the hospital. Just from grabbing sheet metal or a 2x4 with nails in it, you can nick yourself. I've gone back to my computer, my tools, my camera lens, and seen a little bit of blood on it just for me not having gloves on. At the very minimum, safety glasses and gloves. So a few days ago, we demoed this shed on my property, and I'm going to run electricity to this new one I'm about to build. And I believe the code in Tennessee is 18 inches deep. I need to trench 18 inches deep, which means I'll probably do 12 inches in the ground. I believe it's PVC pipe for that. I don't know if it's conduit, but I've got metal conduit, so I think I need to sub this out for PVC. Let me know if you know. But hey, I'm just a DIYer. DIY cityr. The yard is coming together, but I still have a ton of metal from getting rid of this old fence. A lot of backbreak went into this old yard. Not so much the fence. Snipping the fence, rolling that up and getting out of here was easy, sort of, but the real rolling up the sleeves came from getting these metal posts out with the concrete on it. I played around with a lot of different ways to yank these things out. I had the car jack method at one point, did not work. Tried to go the Archimedes route, to create a ton of leverage. That did not work. Pipe wrench method did not work. Beating them to death with a 3-pound demo hammer did not work. I actually even used a step drill bit and foreshadowed the step drill bit. That's going to potentially solve all of our problems at the end of the video with the last project. Send a bolt through it, Jimmy Rig City, and I tried to use the car jack on that, and that just bent this and didn't work either. It was a nightmare getting these things out. And surprisingly, the move was just to dig around the holes a little bit, just get a small hammer or regular hammer or cat's paw, and then just flood it with water, let it sit there for a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then just shake the top until you see the bubbles. That was by far my most effective move. You just got to trust the process. Keep shaking, keep adding water, and some of these come out easier than others. If you're trying to get them all the way out, maybe you don't need to get them all the way out and you can just cut it right at the concrete to keep it flush with the yard. Where I screwed up though, was I tried to take this chain link fence to the recycling center and they would not take it. Nobody in town would take it. I had to drive 45 minutes to drop it off at some crazy place. So I just assumed they wouldn't take these metal posts as well. But I recently found out this morning the recycling centers will take them. Before you decide to drive anywhere, I put up this sheet metal on Craigslist, and not did a dude come over almost instantly, but he took like the majority of this stuff as well. I couldn't believe it. What are you gonna do with that? And I was not the believer in Facebook Marketplace, but joke was on me. Glad to be wrong. Facebook Marketplace for the win. So between the fence and the shed demolition, we had a lot of metal. Here's the deal. Sawzall is definitely the more used tool. Even without cutting metal, Sawzall is probably my most used tool. Like of all my tools, including screwdrivers. It's probably Sawzall and a tape measure and a level that I use the most. The Sawzall is awesome for cutting nails and way faster than a grinder for cutting metal. If you have a straight on shot, it's Sawzall all day. But the grinder can get to stuff that the Sawzall can't. You know, the angle grinder is much more versatile. Angle grinder definitely wins in the sheet metal department. Corrugated metal siding, the corrugated, am I saying it right? Metal roofing. And I'm gonna be using this grinder a lot because when we build this shed, I believe I'm gonna use this sheet metal for the roof. This stuff is cheap and it's definitely getting more popular. I've been to Airbnbs where they'll use this in the bathroom around the tub. And it looks good. It looks, you know, like silver. But here's the $1 million question. I'm in the market for one big boil kettle. Maybe you want to have a big crawfish boil. Maybe you want to have a giant batch of top ramen, or maybe you want to brew 10 gallons of beer. Can we take a commercial keg and turn it into something like this with a valve? Let's check it out. All right, grinder all day for this one. We're gonna use some WD-40. We're gonna use maybe some motor oil, a step drill bit. We've got some fittings. We've got some gaskets. We've got some tape. We've got some safety glasses. We want to make sure there's nothing in this keg. Not just beer, but I leak out all the gas as well by either using a tap or just pushing down the ball on the keg. So we're gonna just put it right here on top. You ready, Chubb?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so there's no beer. But we've got a little bit of gas in here. I felt a little bit of beer. Just do a cake stand right here. Just put it right here. There we go. All right, now we got nothing to worry about. You like that? Just like that, we got a beautiful brand new boil kettle, Craigslist new, Facebook Marketplace new, no leaks, and it's weldless. Weldless is always cheaper. And I got poison ivy on me all this damn week. If anybody knows any remedies on that, I've just been scratching the crap out of it and taking hot showers. Let me know in the comment section, that'd be appreciated. As far as what blades to go with, I have not found any success in the more expensive stuff. Sawzall metal blades have never lasted me a full day. They always bend, they always break off. And as far as my grinder blades go, I don't know either. Let me know if I'm missing out on something. Sources say just go with like the Amazon basic stuff. And hey, really quick, whenever you demo, I don't care what you're doing, whether you got metal or wood, bang the nails in, get the nails out. I've stepped on way too many nails. Even if it's not on your job site, even if it's not your crew, look out for the next guy. Look out for the guy picking the stuff up. Look out for the guy that works at the dump. Always be looking out for the next guy. And if this is your first time on my channel, you're probably weirded out. Welcome. But if you've been watching me for the last couple months, you can see me tearing down my Jumanji Pet Cemetery forest looking backyard. And we're going to be getting rid of more trees this week. We're going to cut them at the stump and we're going to light them on fire. I've never done that. It's all good. I got Fire Marshal Bill on speed dial. Hopefully we do not end up on the news. The big things I learned from today from this video, people will pick up anything that is free. I thought I was taking 2 trips to the dump for sure. Big shout out to the dude who came by and picked up and took all the stuff away. I couldn't believe it. This barrage was holding up like a 2x4 with termites and severe water damage on it and being like, hey, can I have this? I'm like, sure, live your life, Braj. And I know what you're thinking. The answer is yes. He did look exactly like the tow truck driver from Harold and Kumar, minus the hair though, and just add a couple more Jesus tattoos and crosses around his neck, but it was uncanny. You mind if I take this old fence gate? Sure, if you don't kill me. Deal.